Hello Fanatics, I'm Dylan Phillips, and these are my thoughts on what rewrites could have saved the film The Circle. I will preface this by saying that this is going to be very spoiler heavy, so you've been warned. So as I said in my review, this film has an amazing premise, but it's in its delivery where the story falters. All of the issues in this film are so intertwined, so the primary focus of the rewrite is not focusing so much on Emma Watson's character. By focusing less on her character, we can explore the subplots of these other characters, which would help to understand their motivations and ulterior motives, like why Tom Hanks and Patton Oswalt's characters were apparently so inherently evil in this film. Also, the backstory of John Boyega's character and why he all of a sudden flips his decision. I was content with the family subplots as well as Karen Gillan and Eller Coltrane's. In fact, they were quite good additions to the story, and it showed very good dynamic and backstory on all of these characters, but they were characters that were from the life of Emma Watson's character pre The Circle, and so they didn't really have any development outside of her. It kind of just was necessary to her story, and therefore they kept it in. Because John Boyega's character, Tom Hanks' character, Patton Oswalt character, they did not know her beforehand, and so they didn't feel like they needed to explore those characters as much. So here's a quick summary on how the new story of this film would unfold. Essentially, the story would be the same, aside from a few changes. The first part is when John Boyega's character reveals who he actually is to Emma Watson. At that point, instead of just revealing it and then it kind of just going away, they should have visually shown us what happened to his character and why he's decided to be hiding for all this time. And by doing that, you can kind of explore the potentially sinister side of Tom Hanks and Patton Oswalt and kind of how they ousted him from his own company. By adding more depth to Boyega's character, you can potentially see why he would have flipped his decision so easily for Emma Watson's character. He was so against having everyone's privacy shown to the world. He was so against what the company was doing. And then all of a sudden, on a whim, he just decides because her friend died that yes, privacy needs to be basically gone now and that we can look into everybody's lives. So he completely 180'd on his entire reason to be ousted from his company just because this girl's friend died, whereas it could have been anybody. And I think that because we didn't know enough of his backstory and there wasn't a lot of a relationship between him and Emma Watson, it didn't need to be romantic, but any like friendly relationship between them. There was nothing really there because they didn't explore it enough. They focused too much on her specifically and not on the people around her and how she affected them. And because of that, I think that we didn't see enough of John Boyega's character in the sense of why did he all of a sudden flip and join her cause. I think by exploring these three characters and showing a more sinister backstory to Tom Hanks and Patton Oswalt's characters, that we would have had a more well-rounded cast rather than what seemed like the Emma Watson show with a bunch of cameos along the way. This would have allowed the protagonist to become more fully realized throughout the story, as well as given us more apparent antagonists throughout the film. Anyways, that's my rant on The Circle and what rewrites I think could have saved it. If you've seen The Circle, what did you think of the story? And what rewrites would you make to save the story? Let us know in the comments below. I'm Dylan Phillips, and this has been our rewrite on The Circle. If you liked this video and you want to see more, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Check out our Film Fanatic review where we discuss the film The Circle. Don't forget to follow us on our social media. And until next time, Fanatics, keep it real.